Yeah, we are live now.
Thank you, Berlin.
Yeah, we are live now.
Thank you, Berlin. Good evening, Bhante and all Kalyana Mita. Namo Buddhaya and Sukhi Hontu. I'm Aliana and welcome to Ti-Ratana Vihara Friday Sutta discussion by Bhante Dr. Dawila Chandima. Please be informed that Ti-Ratana Vihara is going to conduct a one-day non-stay retreat by Bhante Dr. Dawila Chandima with the name Mudita Retreat on Saturday, 25th of April 2026 from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Kuala Lumpur time. For further information and registration regarding to the Mudita retreat, please check on Ti-Ratana Vihara Facebook account or WhatsApp groups. Everyone is welcome to join and hope to see you at the retreat. This is the day 165 of this series of sutta discussion, and we are going to discuss a new sutta, which is Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta. Tonight is the first class with topic the introduction. This sutta discussion series is sponsored by Ti-Ratana Vihara Aman Perdana, and Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta is the 16th sutta that have been chosen by Bhante Chandima for this sutta discussion series. In previous classes, Bhante has discussed about Mangala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, Metta Sutta, Sigalowada Sutta, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Savasava Sutta, Patakama Sutta, Patama Samajivi Sutta, Alawaka Sutta, Dajaga Sutta, Girimananda Sutta, Chulakama Vibhanga Sutta, Chunda Sutta, Tiga Janu Sutta, and Satipatthana Sutta, which Bhante has elaborated those sutta in depth. For those who have missed our previous classes, please check on Ti-Ratana Vihara Aman Perdana YouTube channel. We have uploaded the previous classes there. We are always welcoming newcomers. Therefore, please share around about this sutta class to other friends and family members so that whoever that wish to join the class via Zoom, where we can engage directly with Bhante, can contact the Vihara administrator. Or you can join the class from Ti-Ratana Vihara Facebook channel, where we broadcast the sutta class live on every Friday evening from 8:30 till 10 p.m. Kuala Lumpur time. Now let me introduce to you about our speaker, Bhante Dr. Dawila Chandima, who was a professor of Buddhist philosophy in the Department of Philosophy at Ateneo de Manila University, Philippines. His recent peer-reviewed article, Socrates and Early Buddhist Medical Ethics, Foundation of Moral Reasoning in the Care of the Body and Mind, 2005, was published in Buddhi, a journal of ideas and culture of Ateneo de Manila University. Bhante also presented his latest research at the annual meeting of the American Academy of Religion, or AAR, in Boston, USA, in a paper titled Custodian Without Ordination, the Ganinanse Tradition and Monastic Succession in 17th Century Sri Lanka. Bhante is also the senior advisor to Patisota, a virtual Dhamma organization that hosts a weekly online Pali reading class, Sutta discussion, Dhamma talks, and a variety of other Dhamma activities. His Dhamma works can be accessed at www.patisota.blogspot.com, and we also can follow Bhante at Patisota Facebook account. Without further ado, we welcome once again Bhante, and as always, thank you very much for the wonderful guidance and teaching. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Aliana, for the introduction. Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back to Friday TR Sutta discussion. And we are going to move into a new sutta. As you can see, the name of the new sutta is Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta. So let us start our sutta discussion by paying respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today's sutta appears in the Anguttara Nikaya. You know, Anguttara Nikaya has numbers, right? May I know how have you understood Anguttara Nikaya so far? Any educated guess about Anguttara Nikaya's suttas? Anguttara Nikaya has a lot of suttas. I mean, sometimes some suttas are very peculiar and some suttas are very common to many. If you even can think about some of the suttas that you know in particular, you can see, can you remember the Patama Samajivi Sutta? Right? At the beginning of our Sutta class, Aliana always mentions about the suttas we've been doing, right? So perhaps in many other sutta discussions, the list will go, keep going and going, right? So Patama Samajivi Sutta, if I'm not mistaken, it is from Anguttara Nikaya, because it talks about 4 things that a couple who would like to be reborn in the next life to cultivate: equal trust, equal morality, equal ethics, and equal wisdom, right? So this section, I mean, this sutta comes in Anguttara Nikaya's 6th section. Why Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta appears in the 6th section? It is because this sutta supposed to have something about 6, right? Must have 6 Dhamma matters, either concepts or any other thing. So let's first unpack the Pali word, the meaning of this, what you call Nibbedhika. Let's take a look about here. You can see Nibbedhika Pariyāya. It is also called as Nibbedhika Sutta or Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta, penetrative. So we normally say, see over here, Nibbedhika, what's that? Then better write it here. Nibbedhika means piercing through. Piercing through or penetrating, or we can say breaking open. Okay. Nibbedhika. So piercing through, penetrating, and breaking open. So when you say, actually the Nibbeda, the Pali word Nibbeda, let's put it this way, Nibbeda. So when it comes to Nibbedhika, so it should be penetrative, right? Piercing through, penetrating, breaking open, Nibbeda. Nibbedhika means what do you call? Penetrative. Now, normally we understand, if you look at any Dhamma teaching, even the suttas take them as being very analytical, right? Suttas want to talk about them in an analytical perspective or intellectual perspective. But this sutta teaches us that the Buddha wants us to cut through the appearances of the concept and reach us the core of the reality. Can you think about a very simple example? Now, this sutta talks about 6 very important Dhamma concepts, right? What are they? Please see over here from the sutta itself. Second. Okay. You can see here, Kama. Can you see the screen? Kama, Vedana, Sanya, Asava, Kamma, and Dukkha. Right? Are these very simple topics in the Dhamma teachings? No, they are simple topics. They are very intellectual, analytical things that we need to learn, in the Dhamma studies. So the Buddha says that a mere analytical, intellectual study with regard to these 6 is not enough. That is why we need to know the penetrative meaning of, or we need to know the, the core of those teachings, right? So then that means this sutta teaches us the very core of all these teachings and how to really understand each of them separately. So let us take a look at the sutta first, and then we will go to our note. May I ask some of you to read? So I will ask someone to read from here. Okay. From here to this part. Yes. Who would like to read? Can raise your virtual hand. So feel free to be the first one to read this. Okay. So there are 2, 3. So then that means we can give the rest of the sections to Kim and then Ochu Wong. Yes, and yeah, give it a try. Nibbedhika.
Yes, Bhante. Thank you, Bhante. Nibbedhika Pariyāyang vo bhikkhave Dhamma Pariyāyang desesami Tang sunakta sadukang namasi karota basisamiti Evam Bhante tiko te bhikkhu bhagavato paccasosum bhagava etatavocha Katamocha so bhikkhave nibbedhika pariyāyo dhamma pariyāyo.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Take a look here. Nibbedhika Pariyāya, Dhamma Pariyāya. So then it seems to be that Dhamma Pariyāya is synonymous with Nibbedhika Pariyāya. Right? But the translation has not given in that way. We would have to say Dhamma Pariyāya and Nibbedhika Pariyāya. So I will teach you the penetrative teaching. I will teach you the penetrative way to understand 6 of these important teachings. Tang sunata, therefore, please listen. Sadhukang manasikarota. Apply your minds well. And vasisami, I will teach you. Evang bhante kote bhikkhu bhagavato paccasosam. So monk said, yes. And Bhagava etadabocha. The Buddha started giving the Katamocha so bhikkhave nibbedhika pariyāyo dhamma pariyāyo. So what is this? Penetrative way to understand Dhamma. Okay, so we will ask, we can ask others to read, but I think as we take a couple of days to finish this sutta, so my plan is to take Kama one day, Vedana another day, Sanya another day, Asava, Kama, Dukkha. So we roughly want 6 days to cover the basic stuff. And then the rest we will see how are they going to. The rest is the content. Say for instance, now the first one is Kama, right? Now we need to know what is Kama, what is the what you call cause of the karma, what is the variety of the karma, and then what are the results of karma, and how to cease the karma, and what is the way to, what is the cessation of the karma, and how to cease the karma. So there are 6 things to know with regard to each of these. So we will take 6 days to cover, each. So that means we have 7 days almost to cover all of them. All right, so I'm trying to now to talk about, I think, Kim, I will give the chance on our next days, because we are going to, take one by one. At that point, we will, get others to read. But today is an introduction. Okay. So let's go to the note. This point, see. Okay. I have a question at the beginning. Is your understanding about karma, sanya, and all these 6 more analytical, intellectual, or are they more penetrative? Now, penetrative means you have a very practical knowledge about these 6 important Dhamma matters. Normally, when people learn Dhamma, they want to see, Dhamma in a very technical way, right? They would like to go by mathematical kind of perspective with regard to Dhamma. Okay, tell me how to attain Sotapatti. Then after that, how to attain Sakadagami. Tell me how many things I had to practice. Then after Sakadagami, tell me how should I do? I mean, what are the other things? How many? Let me write down. And normally people go by a very analytical, intellectual understanding. But according to this sutta, it is clear that although we learn some of the mathematical teachings, just like the Anguttara Nikaya, the penetration or get into the very core of these teachings arise when we have an understanding about these 6 concepts in the penetrative context. So, as you can see here, this is kind of an overview. Let's go here. A penetrative method, Nibbedhika Pariyāya, for seeing how life becomes dukkha and how it can stop. Sometimes the Buddha teaches with a short image, sometimes with a story. But in the Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta, he teaches like a master physician. He lays out a complete diagnostic map, not of the world out there, but of the world as it is lived inside experience. So what are the moments where Buddha teaches us a short image or a story? When you look at most of the suttas, we understand Buddha gives us a simile, metaphor, right? Just to give some basic teachings about, or basic examples. But those examples are not sometimes adequate to understand the very core of these 6 teachings, including the dukkha. So, the key word here is nibbedhika, penetrative, piercing, that which breaks through. The sutta is not interested in giving us inspiring ideas, just like in many other suttas. It is interested in helping us break through the surface of experience and see the causal machinery beneath it. Now, say for instance, why obsessive karma arise so quickly, right? Sensual desires, obsessive sensual desires. Why emotions become habits? Why perception shapes our reality? Why actions repeat themselves? Why dukkha multiplies? And how all of this can be brought to cessation. Right? These are things that happens to all of us in our daily life, right? Have you ever thought that why obsessive sensual desires arise in us very fast? Or you just want to find out a way to get rid of them? Now, the Buddha teaches us in this sutta, if you know the Nibbedhika Pariyāya with regard to these 6 teachings, and you will understand why karma arises very fast. That's an interesting attitude, actually, to look at karma. And why, as you can see here, Vedana, you can say Vedana, feelings, emotions become habits. So feelings are not even just feelings. Over time, they have become natural part of us, right? They have become a habit in our life. So why are our feelings becoming habits in our life? Sometimes we not only go through the feelings have become very much habits, right? We have become habitual with regard to our feelings. So Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta teaches us why they become habits, right? Why our feelings become habits. And what about our reality, the way how we see the reality? Sanya, why perception shapes our reality? You know, when you discuss certain things with other people, sometimes you might be conflicting with others, right? Because the way that they see the world and how we see the world and how some other person might see the world could be a little different, maybe very different. What is the reason for their individual seeing of the phenomena, or maybe the world, maybe the experience? It is because their perceptions are very unique, right? So then, in order for us to understand sanya in a very penetrative way, there's no other sutta to understand that. You have to consult Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta, right? So looks like it's going to be very much important to all of us with regard to these 6 stages. And then, why kamma, right? As you can see here, kamma, right? Why kamma repeat themselves? Why are our certain karmas becoming very much repeated, right? The reasons, the causes are given in this Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta. So, and then finally, how to cease the dukkha. If you ever wondered, I understand the Dhamma, but why do I still get pulled? The sutta is for exactly that problem. Understand the Dhamma perhaps intellectually or analytically. What is the other side of intellectual, analytical learning of Dhamma? May I know? Now, on one side, analytical, intellectual learning of Dhamma. And the other side? What is the next aspect of that experience?
Practice,
Now,
Bhante.
Investigative.
Practice in daily life.
yeah, practice is the end. Now, there are ways to learn Dhamma, right? The basic thing is learning it as a knowledge. Then learning Dhamma as an analytical, within the analytical context, which has intellectual aspect. Then the third part, what will happen when you learn Dhamma analytically? Now
Understand.
think about
Understand it.
That's the thing, right? Now, when you learn Dhamma analytically, think about 5 aggregates we discussed in Satipatthana Sutta, right? Now you learn it analytically. How do you learn 5 aggregates analytically? You have to dissect them, right? Break them into whatever the components that they are supposed to be. So then we find out 5 portions. Now what you have done? You have understood Panchakanda analytically. Then now what is next? Now you want to understand Panchakanda as a whole, as a whole. What is that called, that approach? What is the opposite of analysis? Synthesis. You have to understand it within the synthesis. Synthesis means earlier you, analyze, you actually dissected them. Now you want to put them back together and see how to understand all these parts as a whole without getting stuck in a certain clinging. So if you look at suttas, even Abhidhamma at a later point, what Buddha talks about is analysis and synthesis. Okay. Now, in this Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta, Buddha clearly teaches us, yes, learning Dhamma analytically is so common, but some people even don't get to that point. But that is so common when it comes to Dhamma learning, because first you have to break Dhamma into certain, components. But then after that, it's like, you are such a very, you are very curious about a car. I mean, don't think in a very modern way, okay? Then you want to, you want to take individual parts out of the car. You think you can put them back together. Of course, you take the wheels out, you take the dashboard out, you take very hardware kind of stuff out from the car. Your plan is to learn how is the mechanism of the car, frame within the system, within the structure. And then later, you want to test your memory, you want to test your skill. Now you want to assemble all these things that you took out. Would that be a very easy experience, just like the way how the person took them out? That might be a little bit challenging work, right? Even some people cannot even put back normal things, right? So how to put the car parts back to the car, right? That's why the Buddha says you can pull things out of a certain structure of a concept, but then after that, again, you want to see everything as a whole, then how are you going to understand that everything without clinging? So that's why this penetration is very important with regard to Dhamma learning. Especially, as you said, understanding, practice, they all are leading to practice at the end. Right? So let's say you, take all the five khandhas out, and then you are going to put them back together. And you are saying, individual exists, animal exists, deva exists, right? Things exist, right? You conventionally, you name it, right? They exist. But in reality, yes, they exist only when things are in union, only when we put things back together, either mind, matter, nama, rupa, or panchakanda. So the Buddha says we can analyze, but most people fail in the synthesizing part of every component. I mean, every structure, be that an inanimate or animate thing. So that's why people can say they understand the Dhamma literally, contextually, maybe analytically, but why do I still get pulled? So this is because of the lack of synthesis, which comes from penetration. This sutta is for exactly that problem, because it doesn't merely say craving is suffering. Where do we see this kind of statement? Most of the suttas say craving is dukkha, upadana is dukkha, right? Most of the suttas are just going around this kind of Dhamma pattern. But this sutta brings us into the very core of all these 6 concepts. It shows how craving is manufactured moment by moment, and how it can be dismantled. So it's like a factory, you know. What will happen if we get into a car plant? We see a lot of things happening in the car plant, right? How are they bringing engines, and how are they doing the body part of the car, right? We see lots of things in a very clear way rather than we see it from outside. Perhaps we see a very brand new car or maybe a second-hand one from outside. We create a certain layout with regard to that structure. But when we get into a plant, we see how things are happening, right? In a much more clear perspective. So when it comes to Dhamma concept, these 6 Dhamma concepts, we normally look at them from a very basic, maybe surface level understanding. Even you take Vedana, feeling, or maybe karma, then what do you call kamma, dukkha. We have a very surface level understanding about these 6 concepts. But when we learn Nibbedhika Pariyāya Suttas way, we know how even these 6 concepts are being manufactured in that process. The Buddha's method in the Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta, one powerful question asked 6 times. So you can see. So he wants us to think about every concept in 6 ways. The Buddha presents what he calls a Dhamma Pariyāya. You can say Nibbedhika Pariyāya, Dhamma Pariyāya, both are synonymous, a structured method. Here the method is simple but profound. For each major domain of life, what are they? Kama, Vedana, Sanya, Asava, Kamma, Dukkha. So, for each major domain of life, those 6, he asks us to know 6 things for each. What it is, what's the origin, what is its diversity, what is the result, what is the cessation, and what is the path leads to that particular cessation of the Dhamma concept. Right? This is essentially the logic of the Four Noble Truths. Actually, the same idea, right? But it is taken in a little bit different way. It's like this. Don't just know the idea of dukkha. Know the ingredients that cook it. Know how it tastes in different forms. Know what it produces in your life. Know how to end. Know how to end. What is the practice to end? Not even to dukkha. Kama, Vedana, Sanya, Dukkha, Asava, and Dukkha. Now the 6. The 6 domains the Buddha chose are not random. The Buddha could have chosen many topics, but he chooses 6 that over the whole human condition, from the most immediate pleasures to the deepest existential burden. I think we will have a very basic discussion about these 6 now, because we will learn them a little bit deeper in each of our days. May I know what is karma? You can see it here. Karma, not kamma, okay? Kamma is another one. Karma means, basically karma means sensual
desire.
pleasure. Sensual pleasure, right? Let's put it that way, sensual pleasure. But as a layperson, how are you supposed to take karma? What could be a better way to understand karma? Don't talk it from a monk's perspective. Huh? You need to look at it from a layperson's perspective. Can laypersons live without karma? No, they cannot live without karma. Then that means we have to understand what karma and what kind of perspective or how to enjoy karma as a layperson, right? So then it's better to understand the proper way about karma with regard to layperson. For a layperson, the issue is obsessive karmas, addicted karmas, right? Now, when we say obsessive or addicted, it has unethical stuff too. it has moderation problems too. Right? Think about a basic karma experience now. May I know how many karmas are there? I'm going to
6.
test something about that we learned long time ago. 6 karmas. What are they?
Sensory experience, sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and thoughts.
Okay, in Pali we call it Rupa Kama,
Rupa
Saddha
kama.
Kama, right? Gandha Kama, okay? Rasa
Pottappa.
Kama, Pottabha Kama, and Dhamma Kama. That means we have a basic sensual pleasure with regard to Rupa. What if that you deny seeing beautiful things in your life? What would happen to you after that day? You are thinking that I'm a lay person, but still I don't like to see beautiful things in this world. What would happen to you after that day? It might be a very difficult time for that person, right? Now think about someone who loses any ability to see certain things, right? Or maybe someone is stuck to a certain life, right? At that point, the person will understand how difficult, how challenging is it to live without the proper eyesight, right? So that means it is very difficult for anybody to live without rupas. Saddha, it is the same thing. And then gandha and rasa. What about food? What if that you will stop eating any food that you like to eat? What would be the stage of deciding as such? And you don't like any food at a certain point. What is that stage? You should be very sick, right? You can't eat. Then people try bringing a lot of food to you. I think a lot of people go through this experience from their parents. When parents are getting very sick, sometimes they are very old and there are lots of food in the fridge, but parents cannot eat, right? So children also go through lots of suffering, right? My mother even couldn't eat even a yogurt during her last moment. We would like to feed her, but she didn't want to. She couldn't eat. Maybe she wants to eat, right? So that's the thing, right? That means it is one situation. On the other hand, if someone cannot eat, that means that person will not be able to live longer, perhaps. That means karmas are necessary. But what karma is not necessary for us? Obsessive karmas, addicted karmas. Those are not necessary for us. So how to know the addiction? How do we know we have an addiction to any of these 6? Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, thought. How do we know?
Upadana happen when the
No, how do
upadana.
we know that I have an addiction to any of these 6 karmas? Personally, practically.
We will feel uncomfortable without.
We feel uncomfortable and we cannot live with other people. We complain a lot, right? And we complain and then we cannot, deal with other people. Life becomes very uneasy at that point. And we know something not going well in our life at that point, right? So that is a good indication to understand. One of my karma has been affected with what you call addictions or obsessions. I have been infatuated with that, right? So now here, what we need to understand is that Buddha teaches us to get to the bottom of all these karma experiences, right? So the issue with regard to a layperson is that not the sensual desire or pleasure, but the addicted, obsessive pleasure with regard to any karma. You know, sometimes we see some of the animals, right? Have you seen some red ants when they see honey or something? They want to go and then eat a lot. And then finally, they sometimes die in the honey. They are eating, and they don't want to go and they die. I think a similar thing happens to people too, when they cannot understand where to stop, where to end, right? That could be a very big problem. So there are lots of information to discuss about karma, but I don't want to discuss all that because we have a separate day for karma as a Nibbedhika. We have to learn Nibbedhika Pariyāya about the karma. That will be our next day, which we will learn. Today we just go over the whole thing in short. Vedana, I think you know, we discussed Vedana very extensively, right? We discussed Vedana under the Satipatthana Sutta, but Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta teaches us something much more comprehensive, you know. And then Sanya, I think we discuss here and there about Sanya. We will discuss that part too. And Asava, outflows. Basically, there are three asavas: Kama, Bhava, Avijja. But later on, we see some of the suttas that Tithas are also added. And Kamma, intentional action. And all these six Nibbedhika Pariyāya should be added to learning about karma comprehensively, and dukkha, what is really dukkha. So put simply, this sutta moves from obsessive sensual desire, pleasure, feeling, vedana, perception, sanya, and asava means deep defilement. So I would say influxes or fluxes, kamma and dukkha. Looks like it's a chain, it's a pattern that we can understand. How do we go to dukkha? Right? In a certain way, in a certain context, the six have a gradual flowing. Let's see that gradual flowing here. You know, I think we all get stuck in the karma first, right? Karma is the first thing. Addicted sensual pleasures, especially as a layperson. And then what will happen? That will lead us to Vedana, feeling. When you have the feeling, what will happen to you? Sanya will arise as a result of them. Can you tell me how does Sanya arise as a part of Vedana? Huh? Tell me how does Sanya arise as a result of Vedana?
You recollect.
Huh?
Bhante, we recollect. We will always try to remember, recall.
We recall all the beautiful experiences, right?
Yes, yes.
Also, we recall all the bitter, sour experiences too, right?
Yes.
Normally, our memories are not really going to neutral experiences that much. Upekka is very, very scanty. Very, very scanty for many people. Why? Because Upekka experiences are the most beautiful experiences, because you have no likes and dislikes. But most people always remember the bitter, sour experiences in their life. Or here and there, they can recall about good experiences. And why some people remember a lot of bitter experiences? Because they are saying that bitter experience was the one that prevented me to enjoy that moment. Right? They even bring that to the happy experience. You know, that day I went to eat something good, and then, but what happened? I ended up in eating something not nice. Right? And then even that bitter experience, that unhappy experience, also directly or indirectly connected to the not being able to enjoy the happy experience. So I was trying to tell you, now all these experiences supposed to come from feeling. If the feeling was not good, the feeling was good, then they must go to the perception level, sanya. What is more troubling? Is it the sanya or is it the feeling as a whole? Perception, right? Because
Sanya.
we cannot feel all the time. Even the feeling can be given as a sanya, right? Thinking 20 years ago, we had the first time with somebody, and now that feeling became a memory now, right? Then you are trying to project about the next 10 years, At that time, this is how getting to know that particular person, right? And then I did this and that. Now they are talking not from the feeling. Now they are talking from the perception, right? But when you recall perception, it can become a feeling too, right? How you feel something with regard to that, right? You may feel it. 20 years ago, this happened, right? You name it, whatever your experiences. So feeling led to the perception. I'm trying to tell you, even the Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta's way of giving Dhamma concept has a gradual sequence. Now we are talking sanya, perception, because it came from feeling. And feeling came from karma. Then after that, sanya will go towards asava, underlying drives. Asava means what part of the akusala can be seen? Akusala can be seen in many ways, right?
Yes.
What
Tails.
part of the akusala can be normally visible to us? Emotional part, right?
Anger and all that.
Oh, anger means emotion, right? Emotional part of the akusala can be visible. But sometimes even the emotional part is hidden. Because there are people who have passive anger. May I know what is passive anger? Passive anger. Active anger is the one that we can feel somebody is shouting, yelling, complaining that much, right? What is the passive anger? The
Latent.
anger
Not
that is,
expressed. Not
Wait.
expressed.
anger is there, but it is not very manifesting, expressive.
Yeah.
But how do we know the other person is angry? The way how they talk to us, the way how they behave.
Yeah.
Wrong today, yeah? Right? Something wrong today. Maybe I don't understand. I cannot connect the dots today, right? So that means not even the emotional part is sometimes not very much visible, but oftentimes we can understand the outer layer of the akusala true emotions. But now I ask the question, can we know the deep-seated nature of the akusala? That is very challenging. What is the deep-seated nature of the akusala? Asava. Now the perception leads us to have asava. Asava means those akusala discharges. Then what will happen? Through asavas, that creates kamma. Kamma means, what is kamma in Buddhism?
Intentional action. Volitional
Uh,
action, which is having intention.
Volitional. But how to know the volitional action? Now think about you are driving on a highway. I mean, if you are driving as such, and suddenly an animal runs into the highway, and behind you, 20 cars coming behind. They can't tailgate you, but they are also coming behind. And the speed is around 120, and 10, 20. That's a very speed. You are not able to slow down that easy. The animals also walk into because there was a certain hole in the highway gate, the hole maybe. Then what are you going to do at that point? Oh, I'm a Buddhist, I always take 5 precepts. Panatipata Veramani. That is written in my car also. So I cannot go over now. I have to stop. What kind of stop is that? ABS brake. Right? The very big screech, and you stop your car in the highway, and all the cars are coming and crashing into you as well. You crash into the animal, perhaps. So now karma. How to protect? How to protect the animal? What to do? That's a very good scenario, right? That means Panatipata Veramani cannot be practiced in normal conditions all the time. In normal conditions, we know I don't want to kill. I have opportunities, but I don't kill. Even I don't want to kill mosquitoes or whoever. But sometimes nature gives us very, very difficult conditions for us to practice 5 precepts. Just like Panatipata here. Now what to do? 120 speed, animal came into the highway. What would you do at that point? So you have to be very wise at that point, right? Wisdom should come into you. More than Sila. Sila, Samadhi, Panya, wisdom. Then through the wisdom, you have to know how to practice Sila, right? Through the wisdom, you have to do the Sila at that point. Earlier, you did Sila to Sila, right? Earlier, Sila to Sila. Sila means no, and then I know. But now, Sila to Sila doesn't work because it's a very difficult condition here. What to do now? I think you will tell me very mind-boggling answers, but I just leave you to think about them, right? You have a relative in the hospital. Huh? The doctor says that, your father or mother is on ventilator. But they say, this ventilator activity doesn't help your father, mother anymore. He will not come back again. She will not come back again. So one of the family members should decide to disconnect it. So then what to do now at this point? And once you disconnect it, your parent or whoever going to die. You are a Buddhist now. Now the situation is not a Sila to Sila situation. Nah? Sila to Sila you want to protect, but now this is a Panya to Sila situation. What to do now? I think I told you a very humorous real story. In Canada, there was a family who invited the monk to bless the patient. And then what happened? Now they were given this choice. And they asked the monk, Bhante, after you chanted, can you please disconnect this?
Yo.
And it's a very difficult, very, very dangerous activity, maybe a criminal activity, right? And he rejected that. I can't do that. I just came to bless the patient, right? Because it looks like the family is going through not a Sila to Sila situation. It's a kind of a Panya to Sila situation. You have to decide something. So somebody has to decide it, right?
Take a vote.
Huh?
Take a vote. Vote.
You-
Family members.
No, I mean, why to do a vote? People that means they can't make a decision, right? I mean, the thing is that I think wisdom, that is the place wisdom is going to be very much important, right? Otherwise, that's why I'm telling you, you can't always go through Sila to Sila situations in life. That is possible, I mean, but we have a lot of opportunities in our life at different points that we need wisdom.
So
That's
Bhante, in
why
this case, how? In this case, how? Maybe
the
you can.
doctor says that there's no other hope that we can have through any other treatment. So your relative will stay with the ventilator as long as you want, if you want to pay or whatever. And maybe if it is a government hospital, the doctor might say, you have to give it to someone who needs it, really. So you have to think about that person. If I keep this with my relative will never come back to normal. But some of the
Yes.
patients might get this as a help to come back to normal. So I think what I'm doing is, in other ways, I'm killing a lot of other patients who can have the ventilator. On the other hand, just because I cannot make a wise decision in my life, right? So I
So
think
let
you have to do the yes.
let him go.
I mean, it depends. It depends what to do. What to do means it depends. I mean, you have to do a very, very thorough research and what to do, what could be the best way to act, discuss with the family members, right? It's a very, very tough moment, but we have to make it. There are no other way to do it, right? So that's why when the asavas are there, asavas create karma. But keep in mind, karma is, as Sumita and all of you said, intentional volitional action. But when it comes to learning karma, there are so many difficult situations that we have to go through. We may go through with regard to karma. So I think it's better for us to learn, at least to have a certain idea about those situations.
Yeah,
So now,
Bhante, right?
yes.
Now, if the patient has a deaf will, then it's easier for us to honor and respect the deaf will, like to disconnect the ventilator when such situation arise.
Well, that is a very, that is a thing that we can think from a legal perspective, right? It's similar to euthanasia,
Yeah.
In euthanasia in the Western countries, especially they can become what do you call a competent patient or an incompetent patient with regard to active euthanasia or passive euthanasia. What is active euthanasia? They can sign up for the euthanasia activity, honor killing activity for a reason. Second is that what you call passive euthanasia. That means the patient can opt out not to go through the treatment, but to go to the house. Then somebody might think about this is like a vegetable, there's no more life in this body. But the patient opts out that thing. But these two are little contradictory to Buddhism, because the problem is not our rights. Now we are talking this from my right. If I don't like, I want to die. But Buddhism looks at it from a very much different perspective. That idea might be good for Western societies. Privacy, rights, worried about those things. But from a Buddhist point of view, I think even though someone, if someone writes it, if it is so much legal, then what to do, right? But if there are certain situations where you can make decisions, it's better to make a wise decision at that point. With regard to what to do. So we cannot say that it is better that we can kill somebody just because that person said, I want to let go myself. That is not a good way to look at it. That's why we need to learn proper Dhamma. Remember, there was a Vinaya story where there was a man who killed monks. The monks went to him. You know who are those monks? Those who went to deep meditation and finally they expired from the jhana. So then one monk found this man. I can't remember his name. There's a Pali name in Vinaya. Kuttaka. The last part is Kuttaka. So then the monk says, now I don't like my life. Why? I failed from the jhana, samadhi. I want to go back to samadhi, but it's an effort. I also don't want to go back to normal. So I think I better like you kill me. So Buddha saw many monks go there when they were spiritually unhappy. That's why meditation is a very, very terrible activity sometimes. You have to be very careful. Okay? Even during the Buddha's time, meditation was done with the teacher, with the guidance. If you go too much about the meditation without the guidance, if you like a certain experience about the meditation, then you really want to go back to that experience. If you don't get it, you might not be happy. And the Buddha said, you can't kill yourself. You can't go see that man to get you killed. That is panatipata. Right? That's why we have to always go by ethics. Because Buddhism is always about not rights about people, ethics. That's the main thing. Sila is main, and then samadhi and panya. Right? If you forget about Sila and Panya, if you only do Samadhi, then you will get stuck in your experience. Right? Anyway, so Kamma is as such, and then through the Kamma, what happened? If the Kamma was good, that is happiness. If Kamma was not good, that is dukkha. So now you understand the 6 main domains of the Dhamma concept that were discussed by the Buddha in the Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta is connected to each other in sequence through the Dhamma concepts. As you can see here, the origin of karma is passa, contact, vedana, passa, sanya, right? The origin is mostly. We will take a look at some of the aspects over here. Okay. Now, this is something we will be discussing next week, but we will just look at some of the stuff. An interesting correction about sensuality. Karma is not the object. That's a very interesting claim. I don't know whether you have found it earlier. Now, what is karma to us? What is sensual pleasure to us? For the most part, sensual pleasure to us, for the most part, is the object, right? The person, thing, the smelling object, tasting object, food or beverage, the object of contact, and then the certain thought pattern. But the Buddha says karma is none of these objects. Karma is purely a conceptualization. Okay? It is a conceptualization. That's a very interesting thing to learn. And the Buddha said there are no karma objects in this universe. Okay? But conceptualizations. That means think about someone you like very much. Over time, what is happening is not the person itself that you like the concept of conceptualization of that person. The, what do you call? The dimensions, manifestations of the person. Think about you like an animal, right? You are not like raising an abandoned animal on the street. Huh? You go by, I like this kind of a doggy. So beautiful, fluffy, right? I like this kind of a very wild cat. And this is what I want. Not that you want to raise a abandoned cat on the street. Oh, it's very smelly. That's not my type, not my cup of tea, right? I need that, my version of the cat, my version of the dog, right? I mean, it doesn't mean that if you have money, you don't need to, you can do that, right? So the thing is that even when it comes to some people's compassion, they becoming stuck in their conceptualization of the karma. Right? And think about food. I think it's a very basic thing to conceptualize, right? How do people conceptualize the taste? So they have they are more towards conceptualizing their previous experiences about the food, right? So in the end, it is not the object itself, it is the conceptualization. And what else? Touch. That's a very important part of our life, especially thinking about the pillow, you're sleeping, right? Yeah. And you are addicted to a certain pillow. If you don't have a medical condition, you think that this is the pillow I really want to sleep. I don't think I can sleep on any other pillow. Then what will happen to you after that day onwards? You can never sleep on another pillow. You even try to bring your home pillow to the hotel. Huh? Can be a big problem. Why are you carrying your own pillow into a hotel? No, because I don't think that pillow in the hotel is not going to work for me. Right? Because you have created a conceptualization about your home pillow. Right? So, what about thoughts? It is the same. I think we have so much conceptualizations about thoughts more than what the actual thought is all about. So what we need to understand here, I think we will discuss that more. We have a Sankappa Raga, that means conceptualize lust or conceptualize karma with regard to all the karmas. So that's a very big claim in this sutta. So that means Buddhism does not accept that there are true karmas in the objects. Then what is the Buddhist attitude with regard to karmas? May I know from you? What is the Buddhist attitude to karma according to what we discussed now? Does Buddhism believe karmas exist in the objects purely? Then Buddhism believes karmas don't purely exist in the objects themselves. Karmas are more conceptualizations about the object, projections about the object. Yes, there is a certain part of the object too, but more towards the experience, it is the conceptualization. All right, and then we are moving on here. Okay, this part is interesting. I think we can see some of the connections to our daily life. Why the Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta is, it's modern in the way how we can relate. It feels like a psychology of conditioning. Why am I addicted to my phone? Is that something good to learn about through Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta? Are we addicted to the phone? Are we using our phones? Smartphones, huh? Not those analog phones anymore. Are we addicted or are we simply using them for our daily work? Right? That is a very good thing to check. Right? I'm not going to ask your answers. I'm just leaving you to think about, are you addicted or are you simply using them for daily activities? Right? Then you will find out before tonight what could be the answer to the question. And then, why do my moods control my decisions? Vedana, that comes from Vedana. That means, are our moods oscillating all the time, changing all the time because of the feelings? I mean, I'm assuming that we don't have a psychiatric issue like bipolar or psychopathy or anything like that. But other than that, our moods are always changing depending on the feeling. Have you seen such people in your life? Morning they are good, afternoon they are not happy, then late afternoon they are complaining to you, evening again they want to be closer to you, and then at night I don't know what's going to happen, right? So mood changes all the time, but you see that their mood changes depending on what they are going through in their life. Sometimes there are people who want to overshare with us, and we don't have time to listen to all these things, right? How many things we have to do, right? That they want to overshare, and then you try to avoid these kind of people. How do you know that people are oversharing with you? Sending a lot of messages, sending a lot of information, and wanting to talk a lot, right? Right? And taking you a lot of time, right? Maybe they have their problems in their life too, right? You never know. But it's going to be a kind of oversharing. I remember one of the who is that? One of the is it called tarot reader? Is it? Perhaps yes, tarot reader. Shared with me, I would like to do my practice totally online. I said, why? Maybe you must have a lot of clients. No. Clients are coming and going. Yeah? The thing is that when I see the people in person, they want to overshare with me. When I talk to them, when I do the business online, it's just talk and then that's it. No more room to overshare. So I think this oversharing is something, right? So I think sometimes we need to understand why people happen to change their mood, and are there any connections to their feelings? Yes, definitely there are connections. So then we understand Vedana from a modern perspective like this. Why do my moods, why do other people's moods change their decisions? And then why do I keep misunderstanding people? Think about something like I learn a lot of Dhamma, we share Dhamma with other people, read a lot of Dhamma books, attending a lot of programs, sometimes week-long programs, month-long program, but I still misunderstand people. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with us? Huh? Because we don't know Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta. That's the problem. That's why we are learning this from today. Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta teaches us how to correct our perception. When I correct my perception, I don't misunderstand people because I understand them, who they are, right? That is another claim, reason why we should learn this. And then why do I repeat the same patterns even after I regret them? Let's say someone has a problem to talk, maybe not in a nice way to other people. And then the person knows that this is not good, but still keep engaging in that activity. Why it is happening? Because I haven't learned about my asava as an Nibbedhika Pariyāya. When I know it as an Nibbedhika Pariyāya, I will certainly bring that to my real life. Why does life feel heavy even when things are okay? This is about dukkha and sukha, right? And we learn about 8 worldly conditions earlier in other place, but it is because I don't understand dukkha as much as how the Buddha discusses it in the Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta. So this way, we will understand Anguttara Nikaya 6.63 Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta is not merely telling you what to believe. It's giving us a method for investigating our own life and ending dukkha at its root. Just like how we looked at this connection, causal connection, karma to Vedana, Vedana to Sanya, Sanya to Asava, Asava to Kamma, and Kamma will create dukkha if they were not done in the proper way. This part is also very interesting. Vemattata, varieties. Now the Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta teaches us the diversity, varieties of karma, varieties of feelings, varieties of perceptions, varieties of asava, outflows or discharges, or varieties of karma and varieties of dukkha. The more we understand the, what you call the word Vemattata, right? The Pali word. Vemattata. The more we understand the Vemattata, the varieties of these 6, the better we understand these concepts at their core. Right? The same way, the others as well. Okay, finally, Noble Eightfold Path is what we understand through the process. After each domain, the Buddha points to the same path, Noble Eightfold Path. Can we see that here a little bit? Now let's take one of them. Let's take Vedana. Here you can understand Vedana Nirodhagamini Patipada Veditabbati. And here you can see another one. You will see Sanya Nirodhagamini Patipada. Then another one. You will see Asava Nirodhagamini Patipada. What is Nirodhagamini Patipada? This is nothing but the Noble Eightfold Path. That means when you practice Noble Eightfold Path, in a sense, you are really helping them to cease. But if you don't understand them separately, it might be a difficult activity. This repetition is intentional. It's like the Buddha is saying, whatever the problem, karma, Vedana, sensual, extreme sensual desires, obsessive sensual pleasures, feelings, perceptions, defilements, or I would say asavas, outflows, karma, dukkha. The path of cessation is not a new invention each time. It's one integrated training. So as you can see, they all talk about the Noble Eightfold Path. So finally, Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta is a powerful reminder. The path is not one practice. It is a complete way of living. All right, I think at this point, we will get into a Q&A with regard to why we want to discuss this sutta. If you have any questions, you can ask. If not, we will see another aspect to discuss this during the time. If you have a question, please raise your virtual hand. All right, so we got a question here. Okay, that's a question of 3. Huh? Since pleasure derived from sex and food is the hardest to eradicate, does that mean that most of our life in samsara we reborn as animal and hungry ghosts? Well, karma is not simply starting from sex and food. Karma starts from all the 6. Rupa, Saddha, Gandha, Rasa, Pottabha, Dhamma. Right? That means through all these 6 things. But a sexual activity can be maybe a representation of all these 6. Also food, right? You can't say it is the hardest to eradicate. You can see if you really understand the obsessive level of food experience or maybe sexual experience, then you can minimize that obsession. You can lower the infatuation. That is why people are trying to learn Dhamma, right? And then I think you are asking, does that mean that most of our life in samsara? Are you thinking that is it when people cannot take care of those 2 things, are they supposed to be reborn as animals or hungry ghosts? Is that?
Bhante,
Yes.
no, because I was told in one of the talks, right? Because sorry, I'm not convenient. I'm not convenient to on the camera here because
That's okay.
I was told because I was told in one of the talks. They said because majority of our life we reborn in animal hell and hungry ghosts. So that's why our tendency, even though if we come out as a human, I mean like those sex, food, or anger, jealousy, all those kind of things, right? We still inherit very strongly. So only a small amount of rebirth is that we reborn in celestial or the Brahma realm. So by nature, we do not inherit the good habit of any celestial or Brahma. We only inherit the hell, the hungry ghost, or the animal tendency, their habit, because most of the time we are in that realm. So that's why we inherit more of their habit in comparison to the celestial or the Brahma. And this is what the talk I heard. So I want to ask Bhante, is it correct?
In my reading, I haven't found that kind of an argument to why people are reborn as animals and hungry ghosts. I would tell you, as you said here, I think you said sex, food, and then what? Anger? And then what's
anger, all the negative tendency.
So how to connect these 4? Because sex, food, these are needs of beings, depending on how they are reborn. And then anger, greed, I think we had to add greed, jealousy, they are wrong ways to use them. Okay, There are akusala ways to use them. But the problem is when people don't know how to manage those needs, they will easily go to anger, they become jealous, and they will be resentful, and they will do the whole thing. So what Buddhism says is not that sex and food is not important, because Buddha said, kamesu miccachara. You have to avoid the sexual misconduct. Then what's the other part? You have to engage in the, as a layperson, sexual conduct. So Buddha is saying these are not evil, but until you get to the Nibbana, depending on how you are living your life, you might be a layperson. You have to have the right attitude with regard to the food, beverages, sex, sleep. We had to add sleep too. Sex, sleep, food, and all these things. So I don't think that we can connect greed, anger, jealousy directly to the sex, food, because those are needs. These are wrong ways to use them, right? So, and the other part is that we cannot say that we have been animals and we have been hungry ghosts. That's why we are doing these things all the time. Because as a human being, everyone, as a layperson, as a human being, everyone is going to be part of that experience. They are natural part of their life. Even the Prince Siddhartha, he fell in love with a woman, right? Earlier. And if you look at even Vishaka, the greatest lady in the Buddhist stories, and she became a Sotapanna when she was 7 years old. And then, having been a Sotapanna, she dated a man and she married that man. So how do we look at these stories? So that means Sakkaya Ditthi does not prevent someone to date someone. But when that person goes to Anagami, yes, you have to stop that, all that. But in order to become a Sotapanna, that person should not make it a problem. Think about, there was a story, I had to touch that. Hunter and his Sotapanna wife. Very interesting, right? The
Yeah.
husband, Hunter, woman is a Sotapanna lady. Every day, now Hunter has to go to work, right? To kill animals. So wife has to prepare all the arrows and everything for him, because that is her duty. But she never does it in the way. She did it as her responsibility, right? But it's a very challenging thing, you know. Then you might think about why she was in the marriage. She's a Sotapanna, go to a temple, become a nun. No, that's a different case. People think it's that kind of a very fast track way. But if you learn the stories, we know we are reborn as animals due to some other issues. You know, sometimes we become greedy. You know, there are a lot of stories in the Buddhist texts. Father became very greedy about the legacy. And then father passed away. Taudeya, I think we discussed that in the Kamibanga Sutta. Father became the dog in the house. So that means if you want to become a dog very fast, be very greedy about what you have now. Then always think about what you have, how much money in the bank account, savings, current accounts, you know, how much you spend every time. Always become very calculative about your money. Then I guarantee you will become as such, right? It's a guaranteed process. And then this is animal. Hungry ghost, it is also the same. And you want to come back to your house. Why? You can't go back to a better place. Maybe you haven't done good karma. So what I can say is that it is not, I mean, these sex, sleep, food, and all these basics are not the evils in the first place. The problem is the way how people are experiencing them. That could be the reason to the rebirth in those places. And you are saying, I think, the same thing, right? Despite reborn as a human, our tendency to enjoy sex and food, it's a natural part of many. By learning Dhamma, you learn how to manage it, right? That is what you are doing. And this also indicates that a round of rebirth, samsara, we reborn in celestial realm. And what about the Deva? Do Devas are not, are Devas are not falling in love with the female Deva? Tell me. They
Yes.
do, they do. They do better than you. They date better than you. You have to learn from the Devas about it. But you only know the Deva as a protector about you. That's the problem. That's why you don't understand about Deva. If you learn about Deva, you will think how much happiness they are enjoying. But the Buddha every time teaches them when they come to see them, whatever your happiness that you are enjoying, Deva world, are fleeting, fluid, impermanent. And most of the Devas black out in front of the Buddha. They black out and they pass out. And then they again get back to normal, asking me, is our happiness in the Deva world impermanent? Yes, I do tell you. Again, they black out and they pass out. So Devas never know that their happiness will end. So that means these stuff, that sleep, all these are normal things to everybody. But what the Buddha teaches us is try to know all of them with wisdom. Don't become controlled by these things. You control your karma. Don't let karma control you. Right? Manage your sexual experience. Don't let sexual experience manage you. Manage your sleep. Don't let the sleep manage you. So are the other things. That is what we are learning through all these Buddhist teachings. So don't try to make anything demonized. Even money, think about money. Money is not evil. What is evil is our attitude with regard to the money. How we are going to manage the money. Don't let money control us. Let us manage our own wealth, our money thing, right? So this way, we will see it that way. And I will tell you something. We are all already humans now. That means we must have done a very huge good karma in our previous life. Okay? Very good karma. I mean, so then, in order for a human being to be reborn as a human being, it's not that difficult. I can tell you. Resource is Bala Pandita Sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya. But for an animal, for a hellish being to become a human, it's a very tedious task. There may be success. Oftentimes, it is not going to be successful. That's why the Buddha said, be a Sotapanna. Why? When you be a Sotapanna, you won't be reborn in the hells. That's why the Buddha said, why to become a Sotapanna? Actually, a lot of people think, I want to become a Sotapanna just to go on a straight way to Nibbana. No. The Buddha said, if you are not a Sotapanna, there's a chance of you going back to the hells in case. Right? How does the Buddha say? Chacha bitanani abambu katu. Even you might do some heinous bad karmas. So that's why let us be happy for our human life. Let us do more good karmas. Let us behave in the 5 precepts. Let us practice samadhi. Let us be wiser, right? This practice will help us to get to the next thing. So, but other than that, these natural parts cannot be straightly connected to everyone's life. All right. If you have any other question, maybe we can take one more question if you have. Otherwise, we are going to wrap this up at this point.
Bhante,
Yes, Barbara, please.
when we learn meditation, we are told not to conceptualize our objects, primary objects of meditation. Is it the same as what Bhante was saying just now about conceptualize our something about our?
It should be. It should be.
Same,
It should be because say for instance, now I do my walking meditation. I see someone I know. What will happen to me? Most of my perceptions about that person will arise at that point. What was the person? Oh, I see you after a few years now. Go back to that, right? And then okay, let's do coffee. Yeah, let's go to coffee and then all that. And then a lot of things are happening at that point. It's a very good experience. But the thing is that, what if I see someone I don't like? Oh, 7 years ago, something happened between you and I. You were very mean to me that day. Now you left again, I bumped into you. All the memories came back right away. So unhappy, so uneasy now. What can I do? I want to exit. I want to go away from now. So that means perceptions help us to conceptualize. That's why it is said, when you see someone in the walking meditation, just see as a person. You are a person. I don't want to interpret you. I hear a sound, it's only a sound. No conceptualization. That's better. But we cannot do that all the time. Now think about, I see my parents, you see your parents, all the conceptualizations come to us, right? So this is more towards things that we have to avoid to get into unnecessary experiences. So it is a good way to do that meditation.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
All
you.
right. So then at this point, we are going to end our sutta discussion. So today we had a full, overview about the sutta, Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta, which we'll be discussing from next Friday. I think Aliana will announce that we are canceling our sutta discussion class, not the next week, the week after next week. I think it's going to be 20th. Right? Is it? 20th. So 13th we are doing, that means today is 66. 13th Friday, we are doing our sutta discussion, but 20th we are going to cancel it because of your celebration time and all that. So we will be back on 27 after that. So may all the good karmas we be making today by learning about the Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta's methodology and what does it teach us, and we will pick up karma first and see how the Buddha has given karma in the sutta as a penetrative teaching. May all these teachings in the form of merits be transformed to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idang me nyati nang sukita huntu nyatayu. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayu. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayu. May Deva, Naga, Nibbedhika receive all the good karmas we'll be making today by learning about the new sutta. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of us, all of you, for good health, quality of life, prosperity, safety, happiness. May Deva, Naga, Nibbedhika bless your Dhamma journey. May your Dhamma journey become a very consistent Dhamma journey. May they also finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbasang pattisiddhya. Ittavata amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbasang pattisiddhya. Ittavata amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabbasang pattisiddhya. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu sasanam. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu desanam. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu mang parang chirang rakkhantu tvam sada. Next is Dhammavish. Dhammavish is always to be surrounded with Kalyana Mittas. Kalyana Mittas are those who transcend us in Saddha, Sila, Chaga, Panya, because they can influence us. So maybe become Kalyana Mittas as well, to as many sentient beings as we meet in this samsaric life till we attain Nibbana. Imina punya kamena mami bala samagamu satang samagamu tu yava Nibbana patya. Finally, may all the good karmas we be making today by learning about Nibbedhika Pariyāya Sutta's overview be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana siddhissa niccang vaddha pachayino chattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang Ayurarogi Sampatti, Sagga Sampatti Mevacha, Atu Nibbana Sampatti, Iminati Samichatu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Right, so at this point, wishing you a pleasant good night till we see again next Friday at the same
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu,
Thank you,
sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Good
Thank you,
night,
Bhante.
Brother and
Good
sister.
night,
Thank you, Bhante.
everyone.
Sadhu,
Good
sadhu,
night,
sadhu.
everybody.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.